Hi, welcome to a special segment in Things Podcast. It's special because we have a guest right now. His name is Alex.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about the Cybertruck.
Yes.
That Tesla.
Yeah.
The new Cybertruck. What are our opinions on it?
Going over to Conory.
Well, personally, I think it's really cool. Okay, I know it gets a lot of hate for the design and it looking
Like a Lego brick?
like a Lego brick, but really, it just it maximizes wind efficiency so it can go faster as well, and all around, it's just an awesome car.
I agree.
Although I agree, all the sort of specs on it are really good. It looks like Lara Croft's face from the PS2 Tomb Raider games. So,
Yeah, definitely. It looks like. Yeah, I saw this meme. It was like less polygons increases FPS, which is pretty true.
Did you know that I am in love with this truck? You know why? Because the fresh bulletproof rocket material smoothly made with silver that's shiny in the spotlight when you glaze at it. All you can say is beautiful. From that moment, you know you found your true love, the Cybertruck.
okay. So, although it may look like Lara Croft's face from old PS2 games, I do like the fact that it's an electric truck, which we all know, but also I don't think there are very many. And two, that it will be even more sustainable, seeing as you can get an option to put solar panels on the,
The truck bed.
Yeah, the truck bed. Or like the roof of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
The blanket.
Yeah. And I mean, when we take a look at the base model stats, it's pretty impressive. For around about the same price as a Ford F-150,
10,000 more.
well, around about the same price. It isn't
10,000 more.
It isn't
10,000
super crazy
more.
in car. So the base model, which comes in at 39,000, can go from 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds, and it has 250 plus miles of range, which is pretty impressive for a base model truck.
Oh, just so you know, that 0 to 60 is actually 0 to 60 miles per hour,
Yeah.
not kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
What I do have to say though about it is, it's basically a garage in the back,
Mm-hmm.
holding ATV.
Yeah, you can get an ATV with it. We don't know, though, how much the ATV is going to cost and the ATV stats.
If you just look inside, it looks quite like futuristic, and
Yeah, it has.
it looks good for like camping and stuff as well.
It may look futuristic, but for the third time, it looks like Lara Croft's face from old PS2.
What I'm thinking about is the inside of it.
Because I think why they made it look so different was because, I mean, they said it on stage. Trucks have been the same for 100 years, and, they make a design that not everybody is happy about, and then they're going to get press talking about their new car. I mean, there's not going to be a whole bunch of new articles on the new Ford F-150, because it's just the same thing over and over again, the same body, the same design.
And I know that most people won't get this, most of our viewers, but the truck, the best way I can describe how it looks like bad anime CG. It's like, you've got, the world is 2D, and then the truck is 3D.
Mm-hmm. More
Digital animation.
Yeah.
It's very exquisite.
But there are three versions of the car. There is the single motor rear wheel drive, which comes in at $39,000. And there is the dual motor, all-wheel drive, which comes in at 50,000, but it goes from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds instead of 6, and it has 300 plus miles of range. And of course, it's all-wheel drive. And then finally, we have the triple motor, all-wheel drive. This beast of a machine comes in at a whopping $69,900 US, and has a impressive 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 2.9 seconds and 500 plus miles of range, plus the triple motors.
Let me just add the comment that rice is very crisp.
Or not that good.
What
I
I'm-
agree with you.
What I'm just thinking is like, how does it compare to other like fast cars? That like, is it casual or
It's a pickup truck.
yeah? But is it supposed to be for your everyday life or?
I think it's supposed to be a pickup truck as
Oh, yeah.
a utility vehicle
Yeah.
to go and, you know.
And you can
Get
drive
stuff.
around the
What's
streets
the
as well.
horsepower on it?
I'm not sure about that. I don't think it has been shown yet. The car is coming out in 2 years, so they still have some things to do.
Let me just say, if you look at like the font in which the truck is written in for the selling, it looks quite similar to Cyberpunk, which leads me to my point. If the Cybertruck is not in Cyberpunk 2077 when it's released, Keanu Reeves has failed us.
Have we said that it is bulletproof?
Yeah, against 9mm bullets, this thing can literally stop bullets. It's crazy, for the same price as a Ford F-150.
The type of armor that it has, at least from what I've seen, looks like most military car armor.
Apparently, they call it 30 times rolled cold stainless steel, which I think that is the manufacturing process they're talking about.
So how much does this cost again?
39,000 for the base model, and the base Ford F-150 is 28,000. Do you think it's worth 10,000 more?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I definitely think so. And I mean, it even has a feature which I've glanced over called air suspension, which is instead of having springs for suspension, it has a machine that can pressurize air to use as suspension. And Elon Musk even said that you can tap into it to fuel air tools.
Oh really?
Air gun?
There is something that I have to ask. Is it self-driving?
Yes, it has Tesla's self-driving sensors and like software inbuilt, the same as the Model S, X, and all the others.
I also have to ask, with the main line of Tesla self-driving cars, they have kind of looks like a normal car, a lot probably fancier, but on the inside, it's more of a computer than a car.
Yeah.
It's basically got a computer screen on the inside, and I want to know if that's what the Cybertruck has too.
Yes, the Cybertruck has a 17-inch touchscreen in where
17
the dash would be.
Yeah. 17 inch is actually like quite big.
Yeah.
It's like
About the
it's
size
like
of
a
my-
big tablet, right?
Definitely.
About the size of-
Also, I do believe that because it has like the screen, it has a lot on it, which means you can like sit 3 people in the front, 1 in the middle, because there's like no stick shift or anything there
Yeah.
that you move, so you can actually fit a 3rd person in the front of the middle.
So it's a 6-seater. And now for some of its other stats. It has 100 cubic feet of storage, a towing capacity of 14,000 plus pounds, and ground clearance up to 16 inches. This is with the most expensive tri-motor, all-wheel drive, which I think most people will opt for. The dual motor, however, is still 6.5 feet, has 100 cubic feet of storage, and it can tow 10,000 plus pounds and ground clearance up to 16 inches. The single motor base model is still 6.5 feet, has 100 cubic feet of storage. It can only tow 7,500 plus pounds, and its ground clearance is up to 16 inches.
I do have to say, talking about self-driving cars, and okay, but those types of cars are usually thought of as just cars that drive for you, but really, if you look at most of them, they're not really that. With the screens, and the screen basically being a computer by itself, they're more computers on wheels than cars.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you're incorrect about your claim of computers on wheels. I believe it is extremely advanced Lego bricks on wheels.
well,
Wheel is a Lego brick.
you could probably make this out of Lego.
I also think that I think that self-driving cars are gonna be what most cars in the future. I think self-driving cars are the future.
By the time we get our driver's licenses, we'll definitely need them to be able to go in a self-driving car, but we won't really need to use them that much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting better and better by the year, and yeah, they might even turn into AI. You could
Self-conscious.
Yeah, self-conscious.
Why, from everything that we've said, does this car sound like it's always on a Black Friday sale?
Mm-hmm. And a perfect time. Speaking of Black Friday,
You guys want some Black Friday deals?
Mr. Who's the Boss tweeted a render of a matte black Tesla Cybertruck, and Elon Musk casually responded with, "Sure, I'll do it." And yeah, a lot of people are just tweeting ideas and sharing ideas with Elon Musk on what to do with this car, which some of them he is responding yes to, because there are still 2 years until it goes into production. And so, I mean, with all this, what is your opinion on the Cybertruck? Do you think it is worth more than a Ford F-150? In my opinion, I think it is bold of them to make something so different and so new, and I really like it. I would gladly buy one.
And I agree with you, why? It's different. And, some people may say it doesn't look that good, so they won't buy it. But they've never actually used the car, and when they get details, it's a very good truck.
They might change their mind because of the specs.
I think.
Now, the truck is very good, and it's self-driving, and it can carry a whole lot, and that's very good. But there's a whole bunch of people saying it just looks horrible. But about that, the truck armor is made of stainless steel. Basically stainless steel. Meaning it's easy to paint it. And so if they want it to look different, it's quite easy to paint it. And especially if you want to give it a 3D effect, you can make it look like just a normal truck.
My opinion on the Cybertruck Tesla is that it's very exquisite and up to my personal standards.
Well, that sort of agrees with all of our opinions.
Me, the specs are really good, but I do like how they really tried to innovate on the design, but I think I still think that it's not very appetizing, I guess, to me.
Appealing.
Appealing.
Appealing. To me, just because it just looks too polygony. But
Polygonized.
Polygonized, yes.
Just a little
but
bit.
the specs are really good, and my dad is a huge fan of Elon Musk, and he says the next car he gets is going to be electric, so maybe in 2 years he'll get it. But, yeah, I might actually have one soon. So
Would you buy it though?
me, it depends what financial situation I'd be in.
Yeah.
I think that's the same with everyone. If you could only afford a cheap used car, you wouldn't buy this. But if you could, we all probably would. So, Dylan?
Personally, I think that even though people are hating about how it looks, like it's like 8-bit, but I think it actually look like it's kind of grown on me, and it's like I just like the design and how it's so smooth. You can also customize it, and like you can like I like how you can put the like kind of like a cover of like solar panels on the back for like, and the price though, I think it will go down like any other car, so maybe I would get it like in 10 years when it's half price. Yeah.
True.
I wouldn't go for like when it came out.
So this brings us to the end of our special segment. Alex, he has a YouTube channel, Crazy Platypus.
It'll be in the bio.
The link will be in the bio. And that's it for the special segment. So
Thank you for watching.
Okay, welcome back to Things Podcast. It may seem like a couple of seconds for you, but it's been a couple of hours for us, and we're back in our regular recording studio, I guess.
Dark room that we just sit in.
Yeah. But going on to our first story, we have a Chinese cafe has dyed, like hair dye or fur dyed, puppies to look like pandas. Now, I watched a video regarding this, and they say they only do it on like the outside of the fur, so it's healthy. But still, is it like ethical to do this? Like, how do they do it?
They say only the outside of the fur, but if you look at it, you can see that they actually did it around the eyes and on the ears, which is very dangerous.
Yeah. And I mean, there's no real way for a dog to give consent on these things. They can't communicate very well with humans.
I feel like it might be okay if, like, sort of okay, I guess, if they treated them right. But what if they're, like, the dogs, because they might not want it, so what if they try, like, you know, running away from the evil witch trying to dye his or her hair? Like, and that makes them you be rough with the small puppy, which it does say they're puppies, not full-grown dogs, which might not be very good for them.
Yeah. I also think like just why make them look like pandas? You have pandas already, but like
I mean, they did say it's because it's like their national, one of their national animals, and you can't really have pet pandas around your house, I guess.
Especially because pandas are really endangered. I think there's actually less than 1,000 of them out in the wild.
I don't even think they are in the wild.
I thought China made like a huge effort to like make pandas not endangered anymore and make them grow their numbers, because they had this big plan thing that actually worked and they made them not endangered anymore. That's what I thought, but
Yeah, the problem is that they did do that, and there is conservation efforts going for pandas. It's just that pandas actually take a long time to reach maturity, so it takes a while before they're ready to breed.
Oh. So that makes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I feel like this might be, again, ethically okay. Maybe if they were to donate the profits from this business, which I'm pretty sure it's $200 per puppy breeded, like if they donated it to helping pandas safe, but still then, like Conory said earlier, like around the eyes, how do they make sure they're safe?
Do I
can't
comb
really-
your eyes?
Yeah, did I put like masking tape over it? Like how? And you can't tell a dog to close their eyes. So
Mm-hmm.
that just seems quite, not ethically ethical. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, does anyone else have any points, or should we move on to our next one?
I think we should move on to our next.
Okay, well, on to our next story. A hotel room costs $1, probably per night, I'm guessing. However, it's live streamed on YouTube at all times.
Yeah.
Is this worth it?
It's sort of ironic. Just on this article, there is a ad for a $1 fitness program as
Yeah.
well.
Well, that's probably one of the articles as
Yeah.
well.
Now, here's the problem. For the people running it, not for the people in it, but if they got a child that went into the hotel, that is actually illegal to record children under 13. Plus, if this is technically flagged as child content by COPPA, then they could face fines combined of over $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because of
Double
YouTube.
COPPA side.
Also, like, say there's no kids, no COPA or whatever, would it be worth it going in? For me, it would depend solely on if, like, you had a private space to, like, change. Like, if it's not being, like, if I can go into the bathroom to, like, change between clothes, that's fine. But also, another problem would be if, say someone forgot they were being live streamed and they changed in front of the camera, that would be immediately flagged for pornography.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think this is quite a
It's got flaws.
dumb idea.
And imagine a criminal running away from the police, trying to find a place to sleep, and seeing this $1 hotel, and then
Doesn't read the actual description.
and then the police find him on this live stream.
But I don't think this would happen because you'd have to ask consent
Oh,
first
you'd have to
before they
write a
come.
form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to say, like, I
it-
agree that
I can
while
be-
staying at this hotel, I will be recorded and live streamed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Personally, I wouldn't go there.
I think maybe I would, but it depends earlier if they have, like, private spaces.
I probably wouldn't have any problem with it because, like, if I was older, because I could just get changed in my car. Like, if I had a large car, I could just get changed in that.
Like the Tesla Cybertruck.
Also,
Yeah.
if this is quite good for certain things, like if you're homeless, like you could stay here.
Yeah. There is some ups, but there's also a lot of downs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I was struggling financially, like really badly, really struggling, I'd definitely go here for a while. Okay, I believe that's it for this story, so on to our next one.
So now our new story here on the New York Times. Free internet is proposed in Britain. Is it even possible?
So, for information, the Labour Party is attempting to add free fast broadband to every house and business in the country by the end of 2030, and they said it will cost approximately 26 billion
US dollars.
That's my problem with it.
And it's free.
While Facebook and other companies, they said that they would be taxed for the service, the problem is Brexit. If Brexit is happening around the time that they implement it, even if they do start taxing them, at first the taxes probably wouldn't be enough to pay for all of it. And because of Brexit, they might not have enough money to pay it.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is said that they would like to do this by 2030, and I think Brexit will sort of have died down at least a little bit by then.
I also think that since they're going to be buying out one of the largest internet companies for that region, for Britain, they would be owning all the internet, like the Wi-Fi and stuff, and the internet. So they would own all that. Like, they could just, like, manipulate it and stuff.
But I honestly think that if anybody should own a giant company, it should be, or own it, or, like, it would be the government, because they don't necessarily want to make a profit.
My problem with this is the taxing on the companies. There's a big problem with that, which we can see something that Google did. When there was, I don't remember exactly which country, but remember the story. A country decided to tax Google for something it wanted to do, and Google refused and took out all its money and funding and everything it put into that country and nearly destroyed its economy. Which is terrifying that a company can do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably what would happen, but I mean, what would they gain more money for? Leaving the country and not being taxed, or leaving or staying in the country, getting taxed, but still earning a profit from the customers? And I mean, this is a bold plan. And would you guys want to see something like this in New Zealand?
I mean, obviously we'd all want free white internet, but like, I feel like it's just a tiny bit unrealistic. Like, you need to, like, would you give out free routers to everyone? Would it be like a router collection? You go and collect an internet router or something?
Well, most likely it would be fiber, so wouldn't really need routers. But in New Zealand, having this, I would be okay with it, just depending on which party is in control at the time. For example, if we had the Conservative Party in, or some other parties, I don't think I'd want free Wi-Fi at that time, just because of that party's reputation with what they do with services like that. But if we had like the Labour Party or TOP, which is a not very voted upon party,
Or the Green Party?
yeah, there's still a couple problems with them. Then with those parties in charge, I think I'd be happy with having free internet then.
So yeah, I would like, I would kind of agree with Conory. I would say the same thing because some parties are just more trustworthy, I guess.
Okay, I believe that's it for the story, so should we move on to the next?
Yes.
Okay, on to our next story. A Greek reporter was chased by a pig on live television. Also, just for information, one of our friends, Y, has just left. He needed to go home. But onto the story. large pig had decided to chase this Greek reporter delivering a live report on some recent storms. Except because of this large pig interrupted, it was a bit hard, especially while it was chasing him around and biting him.
Just to, I saw the video and, all the people that were at the station, the news station, they were just all laughing at him. It was really funny. But, I just feel, kind of sorry for him because he was being humiliated on live television is just one of the worst things that can happen to you.
What I want to know, what did he do to the pig? What did he do to the pig? Did he, have some food scraps and he decided to give him some, and then the pig was like a bird that just kept coming and asking for more? And is that what happened, or?
I think I know what happened. Because this takes place in Greece, I think
He wanted the kneecaps.
it's because it's from one of the Greek mythologies. Do you know the story of Atlanta?
No.
Of course, this turns into a History Channel.
Mythology. So Atlanta was this girl warrior person, and then there was this giant bull that was attacking a city, and nobody believed that she could beat it because she was a girl, and then she went out and killed it. My belief is that this reporter was probably somebody who was heavily stigmatized, like Atlanta was, and he's the reincarnation of Atlanta, and this boar was the reincarnation of the giant boar that was destroying the city.
Yeah, no. I think my idea, even though it's probably not very likely, is more likely than mythology coming true.
Yeah, but it's Greek. How many stories are about Greek mythology? If not something is true, then I would be very surprised.
But like I said before, I think the pig just wanted his kneecaps.
Oh yeah,
Why would it want his kneecaps?
It's because
kneecaps?
it doesn't. It's
Kneecaps are yummy. Have you never eaten human kneecaps before?
No.
Oh my god, you're missing out.
Cow kneecaps.
Oh, yeah, those. They're me. The human kneecaps are where it is.
Okay, so we're going to be ending this podcast. Like and subscribe, and
Make sure to comment down below, and like we said in our last segment, remember to share your opinions on what you think about the Tesla Cybertruck, or maybe the ethics of dyeing dogs to look like pandas, or of course, having your privacy broken to stay at a hotel for one night.
so this is all for today, and go follow us on Instagram, and
have a great day, and goodbye, ostrich fam.